Woof.
And Humpty said, let there be light. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam, and we're going to be doing this once again and attempting this for the second time. So, how do we feel, gentlemen? How do we feel?
Feeling groovy, man. There's Landon here, for all you that don't know. But it should be a fun night.
How do we feel about yesterday at the Super Bowl where Tampa fucking came and did the sports ball thing and they won?
Yeah, right.
That's all I know. You can explain that better for the folks.
I can explain what happened in Tampa a lot better than the actual game itself. I'm no sports expert, but I will say we kicked the shit out of them, and I felt really bad for Mahomes, their QB. I mean, his face should be a meme right now after they dropped those couple of passes in the fourth quarter. That shit was shameful on their part. Either way, they were going to lose, so it is what it is.
Dance.
Bucks rule. We won the first home Super Bowl ever, and that's a big fucking deal. And people are going to hate on us, say, oh, it was a fluke, but yeah, we fucking won. That's our ring for the whole team, and that's our title for the city, because we won the Stanley Cup, too. So, yeah.
The Humpty Dance.
That's all you got to say?
Talk about it, Sam. I know you were hustling out here.
Come on, man.
Yeah, this whole weekend. Talk about this weekend.
You know you guys do it.
All right, this is what fucked it up. First, some cops I didn't even know came and told me that I had to close my store down. So I didn't bitch. I didn't say nothing. I just closed it down. My little bench. I mean, I figured if the homeless people can move in, why can't I open up a store on one of the benches?
They don't want to touch the homeless people to move them.
I can respect that. Well, why are they going to be mean to me and make me leave?
I love how you said it. Some cops I didn't even know, like you're supposed to know them. You make a difference.
Then it's like, when I called that head guy, I told him, man, these guys are fucking down. He said, don't worry about it. And then I was really, what's the word?
Flabbergasted?
No, I was
Good word, though.
I was
Great words.
I was anxious when the police came, but they didn't say not one word to me, and I was doing what I had to do, and it was all good. But it was a lot of fun. The best part about it was I did it smart. I worked at the flea market all day instead of going and working the streets that night. I went home and rested, got up, and I was fresh for Sunday. I went out there, I did what I had to do, and I was home by 6 o'clock. But I was really sore because I fell down and some other shit, but it was all right.
You're good. Yeah, I know you got out of there early last night. I think you made some money, right?
A little bit.
Let's fucking hope you did.
That.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
You got to figure, I stole a shitload of flowers from the cemetery. I put little bags on them, and then I fucking went out there and sold them.
That's a real hustler right there.
You gotta deal with security when you fucking stealing flowers from the cemetery.
All right, this is the truth.
Yeah, we need to hear more.
I gotta tell you the truth.
What?
As Obama said, I'm stimulating the economy. I hired a bunch of little kids to steal the flowers so that I don't have to. Because if I had to be run, I'm caught.
No, but that's smart because the kids aren't going to go to jail for that. Like, plain and simple.
I know.
They're not going to have a record. Like, nothing's going to happen. Also, you're the smartest businessman because you have no cost for your product. You can sell them at any price. It's all profit. And also...
All right, let's stop. I don't do that. That's crazy.
Hold on. I mean, cat's out of the bag.
I mean, you said it. Everything said on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is for strictly entertainment value and does not necessarily reflect the true actions of the gentlemen involved.
Good call, Adam. Good call.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Very wise man once said, don't get caught.
Anyway, I got my crew out looking for where they have people with money that get killed or whatever, die with large numbers of flowers and we hit them hard. And then I go out and sell them and... Let me stop. That's awful.
No, well, I mean, honestly,
That's
there's
wonderful.
a lot of people
That's wonderful.
that got shot in Ybor this weekend, which is fucked. And I hate to say that because people who might not be listening in Tampa.
Yeah, there's a lot of
three people that got shot, and I think they all got killed. There was 4 incidents. Thursday night, I think someone got shot 7th and Grove. The next night, someone threatened to shoot up White Lie after they were kicked out. But there wasn't actually a shooting. The other shooting happened. I keep hearing different stories, whether it was Honey Pot or it was outside like Prana. And last night, maybe I'm bullshitting, but I heard that it did happen. But although I have no proof whatsoever, so
I know that it did happen last night because
Okay.
I have people on Snapchat that were posting motherfuckers capping the fuck off. So, I mean, someone was shooting.
Yeah,
Well, I
man.
do know that there was some other flower people and other hustles around that I can't say no names or nothing, but
You got messed up, Sanman. I saw some pictures on Creative Loafing today of a flower guy, and it wasn't you. I saw a picture of myself on Creative Loafing too, and Woody and Steph.
you saw another flower guy that wasn't me.
Yeah, saw another black flower man that wasn't you in Ybor on your
Was
turf.
it Indy?
Who?
Oh, you don't know Indy.
I don't know who it
What,
was. If I
Andy,
can find the
Andy?
picture, I'll show you.
Yeah, it was Andy.
You
No,
know
not
Indy?
that. No. We're talking about Andy, our manager, the wonderful
No,
Andy.
this is another. He started me in the flower business.
You want more of this?
Not at the moment.
All right.
But anyway, no, another flower guy. There might be another shooting in Ybor tomorrow.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
could be a shooting in Ybor any day of the week.
Damn, why do they shoot at fucking 7th and Grove all the time? That's retarded.
No,
Because
I
that's
have
the
an issue with
place
them.
that they shoot at.
And I have an issue with that because it happens all the time. There's a stabbing or a shooting. It seems like at least, and I'm not being liberal, at least once a month.
Yeah,
and
you
probably
can-
more, probably
you can
bi-weekly.
Probably say that once a month.
Once a month at least.
I met the owner.
something
He's a
happens.
little dick.
Really? It sucks because their food
Someone
is
has
good.
a little dick. Wait, what did you just say?
I didn't say anything.
I thought you said something
Look,
about
and I
somebody
said-
having a little dick.
I said the flowers are beautiful.
The flowers are beautiful, but do they have little dicks?
I don't know how they pollinate.
They have
the bee.
stamens, not dicks.
Yeah,
Stamens.
Learn your
Well,
plant terminology, sir.
That's
I'd rather
right,
not.
sir.
But no, seriously about Ybor though, it's weird because I feel like the violence has increased since the lockdown for the most part. Not directly the same month, but since 2020, shit kind of popped off, and it's been getting like I've heard of a lot of people getting shot. Like
Yeah, me too.
it's wild, and I feel like Tampa's always had that kind of
Well,
crazy
Tampa's
side.
always been wild.
That's true, but I feel like it's just become more.
Well, see,
It's hit
you
closer
guys
to home
know, like,
recently.
Before, like, this wasn't even a place that you wanted to even hang around. And downtown, you didn't even want to go downtown.
That's
and then
right.
since they did all that regentrification, it's really crazy. 'cause
Gentrification.
whatever it's called. It's crazy. Like I see people walking in places, white people, and it just cracks me up because wow.
If you were on Fifth Avenue 10 years ago, you would have gotten murdered.
Yeah.
That's like straight.
Okay, that shit cracks me up when I saw someone walking by Nucio, and I'm like, holy shit, what are y'all doing? But anyway, that's
Like,
I can't hold my.
Ybor has changed a lot.
It
I know
has.
it kind of died in the 70s, and then like the late 80s and 90s, people started buying properties and like putting up nightclubs, and that's kind of like what it was. Like artists started living
It
here.
used to be fun.
It was
man.
all artists, and it was just people like it wasn't blown up like it is now.
It was like, but it was a lot of people, and it was a lot of professional people that came from Miami and Sarasota and all over the place, Winter Haven, Orlando. That's why they put the Hilton, and then they later put the thing because they had people coming from these
Wait,
places.
how long have those hotels been there?
Let me see.
At least one of
I
them,
started here in '93, and that's when they put the Hilton up. Was in '93, and then the other one came like 10 years later, which is
The
what,
Hampton,
2000.
yeah.
Yeah, the 2003. But what ruined Ybor was parking. You know, you come down from Miami or wherever, you stay the night, you get your car towed away because parking. And they bragged about, oh, we're making $250,000 a year in parking. And they used to see, you know, like you see every night, car towing,
Yeah.
cars being towed.
Oh, yeah.
I
Man,
hate it.
back in
Every
those
fucking
days,
night. I
back
hate
in
it.
that,
Every fucking
back in them days, they were running. You see 30
Convoys.
cars. Yeah, that's a
No.
convoy.
No, the reason I say that is I saw that, Sanman, last night, or sorry, not last night, Saturday night in the Columbia parking lot, there were 3 tow trucks, and they all had a tow truck, and they all moved at the same time. I think it's because they didn't want to get shot, because
Yeah.
if some people who are really drunk come back and they see someone taking their car, they might
fuck
react
that.
poorly.
Real shit.
But
Yeah. So
but
they
your
rolled in
description.
convoys.
Well,
That's
yeah,
it.
it was. I swear to God, they were rolling out, vroom, 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 and then after that, I mean, if you come from Miami or Sarasota or Apollo Beach or wherever you come for the weekend, because it was all professional people, man. I was a waiter back in those days, and I was making $300 a night. You know what I'm saying? It was
And that was
insane.
especially back in '93.
Oh yeah. And then
a lot more.
when I started bartending, it was crazy, man. I was insane, you know. Plus, I was like the only black bartender in the area, so it was fucking crazy.
Are you saying you're a tourist attraction?
what a different
Pretty much.
fucking
At the time.
era
Well,
of humanity.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like a different time.
People
Completely.
come from all
Oh,
over
yeah.
the place and say, "Oh man, I came to see you from whatever. I was here 10 years ago." They do it all the time.
Hell yeah.
I bet they do.
I was
mean,
thinking about getting a little brick
I
that
really
said
bet they do.
Sanman.
Sandman, your name has sway in Ybor. People know who you are.
Well, that's not
But it's
necessarily a
Ybor
good thing.
No, it's
That's-
a very good thing.
It's a good thing. I mean, sometimes that isn't a good thing,
For
but
someone
that's
like
only if
you.
you don't have. That's only if you have really shitty reasons. And I'm sure you got a couple of those sprinkled in there, but I think you're mostly people mostly have good things to say
You want to
about
hear the
you.
story of my first time ever in Ybor, like ever?
Yes.
I was looking for drugs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And somebody told me the story of an old hospital that used to be down there, like a old dude, like a really
used
like a
to live in-
middle-aged old gay dude stopped me and he's like, "I can help you find something." And fucking, it was like it told me the story of some old hospital.
I used to live in that
That's
hospital.
not even here anymore. And the fucking like the doctors used to do like experiments of like electric shock therapy and shit. Like,
Damn. Bad vibes.
have you ever
That's
heard
crazy.
of something like? I don't know.
I've
But
not
that was the first time I ever found Ybor. It was like right after I moved to Tampa.
It's a little gem when you first find it too. You're like, what is this?
No, I was like blown away. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I lived in the hospital.
Yeah.
I did. It was somebody. It was called the Gay Rainbow something on 9th and 15th Street, and then it burned down.
Yeah, the bathhouse place.
Yeah, that's exactly where. That was.
But
I
they were
lived in
telling
there.
me stories about that. So that was the place. That was the hospital.
Yeah, we used to sit outside the window across from Sky sometimes, and we could see out, but people could not see in, and talk shit to people. It was funny as hell. And they'd be looking face right at the screen, and they couldn't see, and we talk shit. That was hilarious.
I bet it was.
It was.
But so, what do you think about these? Like, I don't want to call them riots, but kind of like what? Did you guys see any
Riots.
videos of what happened last night?
Well, yeah, I told
Like,
you.
I saw some people. You said you saw some people getting shot.
No, I saw some people just shooting.
Oh, okay. I didn't see any people shooting. Luckily,
Just like it was actually. I think I recognized
Was
it where over at the parking lot of where the Ritz is.
over there, damn.
Yeah,
You
like
said something
that
about the honey
close?
pot.
yeah.
No, that was a couple nights.
Oh.
That was a couple nights ago. But no, it wasn't a honeypot. It was like supposed to be Saturday nights. Either way. But no, I just saw so many videos. Like I follow Real Tampa on Instagram, and he is basically kind of like a local reporter. He posted probably 50 videos last night of shit going down at all different angles. I don't know if you guys have you guys seen any of that?
Jesus, no.
And they're sent to him. He doesn't get all of them himself, but that's why he's good. He's like a little hub. Yeah, some of this shit's crazy.
How many people get shot in Ybor a year?
That's a good question for Google, honestly, because it's probably Googleable.
Google doesn't know.
Is Googleable a word? Because it should be.
Googleable?
It's Googleable. Like you can Google
I
it.
knew that it like my because I was born in 1997 and I had VHS players and shit. I knew that era of everything was over when my mother once yelled at me to Google it. When I asked her a question, and I knew it was over.
I get that.
Everything was over.
You don't need a dictionary. You don't need a thesaurus. You don't need any of that shit.
Nope.
You know how you know you're getting old?
How's
When
that?
K-Tel comes out with a record and you like every song on the album.
Who the fuck is
Who?
K-Tel?
Oh my God, you don't know who K-Tel is?
No. Who the fuck is
You never
K-Tel?
seen
What kind of
those,
music?
You never seen those advertisements for songs of the 70s?
Well,
like where it shows all
what
the-
they
on
like,
TV.
Yeah,
like
all the-
sell you at
all
like
the-
3 a.m. after they get done talking about the Bible.
Something like
Yes.
that.
Like or like after the girls get done talking about their sex toys.
Yeah, at 3 in the morning,
like
K-Tel.
It's just girls talking about sex toys. You ever see those
I got
shows?
that.
Yes, you know what's
Those-
fucked up? I saw that for the first time. I went with someone to the Hampton actually after a night of work just to like drink a little bit and chill. And we walk in and like it was just like I don't ask you why, but that was on. Like we were for some reason we were chilling there, and the TV was already on with some girl doing like Adam and Eve, like a fucking hour long
Yeah,
infomercial.
like, what the fuck?
She's like, oh, I love this little rabbit, and like, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's like they do like unboxing videos.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking.
That's exactly what it is. They describe that shit in detail. They review dildos basically.
Yeah.
And talk about their own
I
personal
couldn't
experience.
believe when I was 13 years old. It blew my fucking mind.
Wait, I learned about that literally like a couple like months ago.
Dude,
You've known
I
about
would-
that since you were 13.
I've fucking been up. Yeah, I've been watching the.
Like I knew
fucking
that like
shit
you could
blows.
find like sometimes like softcore porn would come up or like some
Yeah,
like,
and
shit
that
like
blew my
that.
fucking mind too earlier. Like, I would think I
what
was.
we had in my days.
I was
the
watching
Sears
some shit on
magazine.
like Cinemax or
Sears
something,
catalog.
and then fucking the movie ended, and it was the end of the night, and then some other shit came on, and then it was just fucking.
Yeah, there you go.
After that,
So
it wasn't
Sanman
fucking
just said-
fucking. It
Sanman-
wasn't like purple meat hammer fucking. It was like
it's some sensual shit, but they're not showing penetration.
They're
That's
not
what makes
showing-
it
it's like, you
that's
know,
what makes it softcore. Is
just
they're not showing penetration,
guy
so they can
is-
show
looks
it on TV.
like Mario climbing a fucking ladder or something. Like, just,
But Sanman, he made a good point. He's like, back in his day, they didn't have shit like that. He was like, they had a magazine. He said the Sears catalog, and I don't think he was jerking off.
Sears
to like,
catalog.
I don't think he was jerking off to tools and like washing machines.
Grizzly
and shit.
Adams.
What's a washing machine and tool? I don't know.
You said the Sears catalog. The Sears catalog. You know what Sears used to
I
sell?
got you, I
Like
got
shit.
you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
you were
mean-
jerking off to in the Sears catalog.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
The lingerie people.
Oh, got you. No, that's a good point. The older generations, that's all they had.
Yeah, that was it. The lingerie. What the fuck? Now y'all little freaks.
He totally
Yeah,
forgot
it
about
was probably
the
better. It was
microphone.
probably better back in your day.
All y'all little freaks.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Okay.
Kids are watching it younger and younger too.
Yeah, man, they're
Crazy.
little freaks.
It's scary, man.
Yeah.
I got into fucking BDSM
sex.
porn when I was
It's crazy.
14.
Yo.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I had an iPhone. Don't you know what the fuck is going on here? Don't give your child an iPhone.
That's a good
Ladies and
point.
gentlemen, you know what the fuck I was doing when I was a teenager with my iPhone? I was watching porn. Don't give your fucking teenager an iPhone, especially if he was a boy, because you know how much disgusting things are on the internet for him to watch? A lot.
God, man, if I had all
a
that,
lot.
I was
point.
awful.
Type
a
in
very
two
good-
I
girls,
was
one cup,
awful
or one guy,
bad
one
as it
jar.
is, but if I had that,
Okay, don't type that in, people. Like, you don't
Type
actually.
it in.
No,
Type
I
it
mean
in.
you can type it in, but like for your own sake, I'm just asking you, please don't type it in. It's terrible. You
fucking
can't
horrible.
unsee it. You can't unsee it. There's certain things you can't unsee on the
Horrible
internet.
fucking
what
shit.
are you talking
No, there's certain videos
There's
on
a
the internet.
video
I think
online
we talked to you
called
about
One
this.
Guy-
Maybe
I'll
not-
explain it to him.
I don't want to see it.
I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna show you. I'll explain it to you. Is a man shoving a fucking jar in his ass, and
I've seen some shit like that.
into the microphone if you're gonna.
I'm
if you're
like,
gonna
I
be
don't wanna
facetious,
hear
be
that.
facetious into the
Gotta
microphone.
stay into the microphone, Sam, man. No matter what,
that's
keep this shit
disgusting.
locked right here.
La 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 la.
Okay, Sandman is not comfortable talking about this, and I don't
It's
blame
not
him.
that
Good
I
for
don't-
him.
yeah, I don't
no,
wanna talk about that.
I don't even blame him.
That you guys are a bunch of weirdos.
The reason that I got out of criminal justice is in college they prepare you to see dead bodies and they've been covered up for weeks and oh man, I said fuck that, I can't
get
do
that.
it. So then I got into juvenile justice and then they're showing you pictures of little kids and I'm like, oh Lord, I really don't want that shit. So I fucked up and went to prison.
Nah, you learned it firsthand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
wow
And no one had to. You didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
type shit.
Man. But one thing I was trying to say earlier is so about like as I was saying, like this guy has all the videos of the riots. I'm using that word very loosely. Celebrations, I guess, is a better word. Although what they were doing in Tampa is they were downtown Tampa is they were taking street poles and just fucking yanking them down. And I saw one guy took one. He ran to the Riverwalk with a whole street pole with both signs attached, and he just tossed it right in the river. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you throw it in the river? There's
People
so
are
many
just doing shit.
people are stomping on signs.
How,
It's Soho.
how would he get that sign out of the ground?
There were so many people leaning on him and just pushing him back and forth and going crazy trying to take him down. And in Soho, I saw a video of them taking down a tree, like 5 white boys on the tree, swinging it and taking it apart limb by limb. And they took it and they put it in the street and they tried to burn it. And it was the saddest looking fire I've ever seen. They had about the size of this room here. And for our listeners, this is about a 12 by 14 room filled with sticks from this thing. And the tiniest fire going on beneath it. I don't think they had any accelerant or any kindling. I mean, I don't think any one of them Chads ever started a fire because this was terrible.
Sandman's got a good story about a white boy in a tree.
Oh my God! You got to tell the
Let's
story.
hear it.
Okay,
This is a great story.
Now
I've heard
you
of
gotta
this one.
tell this fucking story, man.
I used to live in the projects so I could jump on the bus and go to school and work in Ybor City. But I lived in the hood. So basically I was always focused on work and school or whatever. So I worked at Nickelouis downtown, a really 4-star restaurant. Really nice food. So I used to tell all these other guys that, man, you didn't need to go out. You just hang out in the hood. So one day they decided Friday night we bought a bunch of St. Ives malt liquor, that we're going to hang out and drink. So one of the white boys that was chilling with us decided he wanted to blow the flute. So he starts blowing the flute, and eventually he took off his shirt. Then he decided he wanted to climb in the tree. So he climbed up way high in this tree, and he's blowing the flute. We're laughing, having a good time, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, if you fall out of the tree, we're going to call the ambulance and go inside. We don't know you. So anyway, he took a break from blowing the flute. And while he was taking a break, this crackhead, which we didn't know at the time, came walking by. And right when he got under the tree, my friend, who didn't see the crackhead, nor did the crackhead see him, began to blow the flute. And the crackhead looked up at the tree and this white boy blowing the flute for about 15, 20 seconds in amazement. So after looking at the white boy in the tree blowing the flute for 15 seconds, he reached in his pocket and threw what we discovered later was a crack pipe on the ground and took off running.
He's like, I'm done. That's why I stopped.
Yeah.
Having visions.
Yeah. So we decided that we could do that, put a white boy in a tree all over the place and cure people from doing crack because the white boy in the tree in the middle of the night. That shit was
Little fucking
funny.
white boys in trees is the cure to crack
in the
addiction,
hood.
folks. In the hood.
Were your friends hanging out with you in the hood after that, or is that the one and only time?
That was the one and only time.
That's sad because that's such a funny thing now, but at the time they were probably like, oh man, we
They
saw a
probably
real
were
live
terrified.
crackhead.
They were probably fucking terrified.
That shit was funny. But I always tell people
White people are hilarious.
when I'm around, they don't
When
got to
they're
worry
being
about
themselves.
nothing.
When they're
Because I
doing
can
the white
scream
people
louder than
thing.
any girl anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can though.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, your scream is very, like, recognizable. It's like, ah! Like, I don't know.
No,
that's
you want-
terrible. That was a terrible
I sold a
impression,
flower yesterday
You probably did.
to this guy. Big money guy wanted the girl to go. He wanted me to run across the street and deliver this flower to this girl. And he said that if I make an impression, that he would hook me up. So I ran across the street. One of them little 3-wheel cars. This one was really, really nice. I ran right in front of it. And I screamed, ah, right? And the guy stopped. Everybody looked, and I said, man, I almost killed myself to bring this flower to you from this guy over here. And it really worked out. He gave me $20 for delivering the flower to the girl like that.
That's nice. That's
And
a
then
heartwarming
also I
story
got-
of romance.
I got a $20, I don't know what it was. You know how guys throw money out?
Yes.
You know, making it rain. So
Sadly,
this guy
yes.
was making it rain, and I was like, man, I started to go, and then it was like dollars floating around, and you can't even catch the motherfuckers, you know. So I was like, fuck that. And then a $20 bill slid down the windshield of his car right in front of gas bars. So I said, okay, I can go get that motherfucker. So I walked over, I grabbed the $20 off the windshield, and I said, money's floating all around me. I said, well, fuck, I'm here. So. So I ended up with like $30.
I've never experienced me profiting off of someone else making it rain, but I love that.
Well,
a great idea.
No,
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
is.
it. I've seen it happen in the club a lot. You know, when I used to sell flowers at the used to club downtown and fuel these big dope boys to just have a whole stack of $1 bills and just fan them out like
Because
that.
they can't spend it. Like,
Yeah.
once you have drug money that's unlaundered like that, it's hard to spend after a certain point without getting noticed. So it's
I
like, fuck it,
don't
let's just
know.
go to the strip club or something. Let's just like blow
But
a
them
fuck ton of
guys,
cash.
everybody goes crazy. But it's like I tried to grab one time and it was just like too hard to get the money, and then it's like $1 fucking dollar. So I said, man, fuck that. So actually, that was the first time that I've ever ran after money like that. I mean, and I literally, you know, I was in the middle of the street anyway, so fuck it. Let me get a few more, and I did, which I was so embarrassed.
I mean, money's money,
Well,
man.
I set a principle that I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the club and the dudes threw out the dollar bills, and I experienced. I said, "Man, that's fucking too much work for fucking $2." You know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
whatever you're gonna get. So I made it say, "Man, I'm never gonna do that." But when the $20 bill slid off the thing,
It's a
I s-
20 though.
Yeah, I said I
Like-
could definitely go get that motherfucker. I
Fucking
got
fives would have had me. Shit. If
Hey.
there was a bunch of fives,
Hey,
like, I would have
yeah.
taken I remember the ones. I would have taken some
I
fives.
would've
You
went
were in
after the
school, did
five.
they have like cash grabs?
I don't know
Oh,
what
you
that
mean
is.
where you go in a box?
Go in
and-
the box and they blow the cash all
Never.
around.
I saw it on like TV shows and shit all the
They
time.
always
I've
had them
seen
in my
them.
schools, but I never was able to go in.
Oh wait, hold on. I take that back. I've seen them once or twice, but it was in we like went somewhere to like a skating rink or something like that, and they had it. Like they never brought it in the box.
Once, and I grabbed shit so terribly, I got like $3.
Everybody grabs it terribly, from what I've noticed.
Like
I feel like the strategy is to open your shirt. You know what I mean? And hopefully, like,
That's some fuck shit.
what do you mean some
That's
fuck shit?
some fuck.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
Okay, so you're in a box.
So in white peopleville,
That's funny.
it's fucking terrible. In white peopleville, which is just what that absolutely is. It's in some schools they put a bunch of money in a box, a big glass box, and kids can walk into it and they have like a leaf blower.
And everything you can catch.
Yeah.
I've seen
It
that
was
on
going
some
from the
movies.
bottom. You know what I'm
So-
talking about.
But that's some white shit.
So the next time that we do this next Monday,
It is.
can we play 3-man while we do this?
You still haven't explained what 3-man is.
What is 3-man?
3-man is a game. It's a drinking game. And so right now, I used to always volunteer to be the 3-man. And then we added the 5, the 7, and the 9-man. But every time the dice roll 3, the 3-man has to drink. So when you roll a 7, the person to the right has to drink. You roll an 11, the person to the left has to drink. You roll a 4 and 1, which is a 5, and the last person that touches the nose has to drink. It is really.
It's just a fun drinking game with dice.
Oh my! Well,
We
hold
should
on.
do-
I mean,
we
we could
should
definitely.
drink.
Hold on,
I
wait. Let me
agree.
finish. Let me
should
finish.
drink.
Now, when we used to play this game with girls, if you make 3 doubles in a row, then you get to make a rule.
We have a whole
90% of the
bag of
time,
hell.
I would make the rule, or we would make the rule as a gang or plan or whatever. The rule would be some kind of way where you have to get naked, and we'd always end up with girls naked from playing 3-man.
You guys had to try a lot harder than we did for the most
Yes,
part. You know
you
what I
did.
mean? Like,
Oh,
we have
yeah,
Tinder,
you're-
we have
yeah,
Tinder and
these
stuff like
girls-
that.
Yeah, these girls are raping
these
you
girls
guys now.
will not leave you
We're
alone.
not laughing about rape,
they're
folks.
like,
Just
they're like, yo, white boy, bring that. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just saying, yeah.
No, we didn't. We had to try hard, especially white girls. We had to try hard.
Oh man.
Well, I'm not gonna. We was all right though. We was okay. That shit was funny though.
But
Me and Eldritch.
oh man, yeah, we definitely should be drinking. We have, as Adam said, a whole bag for the most part of
All right.
Franzia boxed
No, listen.
wine.
This is what we're gonna do.
Terrible.
We could just slap
Terrible.
the bag and pass it. Like, I mean, that's the traditional
Man,
American
don't
way.
be slapping my bag, man. That's fucked up.
This ain't
Slap
fucked
the
up.
bag and pass it. Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
y'all are
yeah.
so stupid.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to put this mic down.
But you
and
know
hit This
what?
bag.
You know what though? We aside everything.
He's slapping the fucking bag.
Gotta slap the bag.
Beside everything, selling my wares was fucking the coolest fuck. I wasn't finished hitting that.
This is fucking barbaric. this is just
We like
fucking barbaric.
what's barbaric?
Apparently, okay, so these winos, right? They fucking have they have this fucking thing with the bagged wine where apparently the ritual of this shit is you're supposed to take it out of the box, slap the bag, and just fucking pour it in your mouth
Directly, yes.
directly in the.
This is the way. This is the way. This
I even
is the
show
way.
you the way.
Can you play
Was that-
chess?
Can you play chess?
I'm terrible at chess, and it actually fucks up my ego really bad that I'm bad at chess because I always consider myself, ooh, I'm
that's
smart,
the-
but
that's
I'm
the intellectuals
very,
game.
very terrible at chess. Like, I feel like I could learn it. My brother's really good at chess. I've played
I'm gonna ask your brother. to
probably
play
100 to 200 games in my life. Like, I played enough of it that like I shouldn't be like as bad as I am, but I'm
Probably
bad.
not.
I don't have the foresight, at least with
You
chess.
don't have the forehead.
I got a little bit of a forehead. Maybe
You got a
maybe
fucking
3 head.
12 head.
Damn.
I told you what they called me as a kid. Stop.
What did they call you as a kid, Sanman? Tell the crowd.
TWA.
What is that?
Teeny weeny afro. Hey.
weeny
Hey,
afro.
niggero,
Seems like a
what's the
song.
matter with your afro? That shit will never grow. You've heard that before.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Why would
Yes, you
we
have.
have heard that? Just think about that.
Because I told you the last time.
I don't remember.
I don't remember you
I
telling. At
told
least the
you that.
song. The song I do not remember.
I don't.
They called me
remember your racist ass
TWA.
song.
Because, see, like, when I was growing up, afros was a big thing. And everybody in my family had a big afro except for me and my father. My father was in the army, so he got away with it. But my shit was raggedy because I couldn't get away with, and I used to braid my hair so it would fluff up. But then that sucked. It wouldn't stay that way.
Damn. I don't know. I'm glad I got pretty easy to manage hair, and I don't have to worry about it too much, which is a nice luxury,
Yeah, it sounds like a nice luxury. I have long ass hair.
Yeah, and I bet that shit takes forever to dry. That's why I keep my shit short. I just hate.
Yo, it does.
I
I
hate
have to wrap my hair up.
I
like
got
I'm
a good place we could do a
female with
fundraiser
problems.
at.
You have to wrap your hair up.
But with a towel.
Oh,
If I
okay,
want to
see
get
what
the
you- I
rest,
get
look,
what you-
if I want to get the rest of my body dry after I get out of the shower, then I need to wrap my hair in a towel. Because if my hair swings around, it'll get the rest of my body wet.
Fair
You know
enough.
where Cephas is?
Yes.
Cephas?
Do you know who Cephas is?
No.
You know what happened to
C-E-
Cephas?
No, please don't tell me anything
Are
bad.
you being facetious?
He was caught cockfighting.
Who's? God damn
fighting
it!
with
Now I
his
don't
cock?
like him as much. I mean, it's just chicken. Like, damn. So Cephas is this guy.
He was
He's a-
fighting with his cock. No, with chickens, yes?
yeah.
He was legendary like Sanman.
Like Sanman?
Yeah.
Nobody's legendary.
No,
like
he was
Sandman.
fucking. He was here before me, and he did aloe drinks, and he had a club, dancing club. Well, what I was gonna say is, I have access to do events at that club.
Yeah. Like, my thing about Cephas, I remember he was, this Jamaican guy, and he would always be like, "You got to drink the Aloe Man." And he would literally be like, "You a fat ass, you pregnant." He would always tell that to my dad. He would always say, "Yeah, like, you're so unhealthy." You just insult the shit out of him, but everyone loved him, you know?
Yep.
I just poured the wine in a glass like a person, Landon.
Well, I mean, when I saw you do that, I got a little bit jealous because it's much more efficient. So I'm going to finish this water and join you. So
Yeah,
we can
you
be
have
classy.
a glass as well that you have water in.
I know, but I did like the option of having both, although I can always just get up and
You
get
always
more
have the
water.
option of both.
That's true. That's very true.
Can I tell y'all something?
What?
Yes.
I like listening to y'all because I learned a lot of shit from y'all. Just stupid shit that I learned a lot of shit that
That's
y'all
terrible.
cracked me up. Why is that terrible?
That's awful. No.
Did I- no.
Wine. He's
Don't-
talking about the wine, folks. He's saying the wine is terrible.
Don't be talking about the Franzia. Ooh, what'd you say?
Franzia.
What'd you say?
Franzia.
Franzia.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Ooh.
That's it?
No, you said ooh.
Gross.
Yeah, gross.
Just like Franzia, gross. It tastes great, but it's gross. Like, it's fun to drink it, but it's gross.
You know
Like,
what I used to do when I was in college too? I get like wine like that or some really cheap wine, slap some gin in it,
That's a perfect way to hold a mic. Always hold it like that.
put some gin in it, and put it in a nice bottle.
Okay. That actually might not be too bad because when I drink fancy cocktails, I like gin and champagne to be some of the two principal ingredients. Like, gin and champagne go well together
they
with just a
do,
little
they
bit of
do,
lemon.
they do.
Like,
I really
No,
just
but I'm
don't
just
drink
saying,
much at all.
what
That's a
I
good
used to
thing,
do-
Adam.
I used to
Like at all. That's why I enjoy
on
drinking when I
dates
drink, is because I don't
have
fucking
that
do it.
fucking
fair enough.
gin shit mixed in the bottle, and I pull it out.
I
have a
sincerely
blanket.
believe that.
I have a blanket out there, and see, this is the cool thing about you going to picnic. Two things: you got to have crackers and incense, and you take and you put a mound of crackers over there and over there, so every ant in the region is getting that mound of crackers.
What are you trying
and
to
not
say,
bothering you.
Sandman?
I gotta hear this. Let him continue.
I'm just saying, and then you have the incense to keep all the bugs and shit away, and then that way you can enjoy what you're doing.
That's smart. I see what you're
Are you
getting
talking
at
about
now.
fucking in the woods?
No, I never said that.
No, he was saying a picnic. Although
Yeah.
it would suck to have an ant up your ass crack. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's why you got.
It sucks to have a cherry pit in your ear.
I don't know
cherry
nothing
pit?
about that.
Yeah.
I,
I got a cherry pit stuck in my ear.
That's why I got.
did you put it there when you were a kid? You were just like bloop.
Nope. I dunked my head into a vat of cherry pits.
Is there a reason behind this, or just fucking cut it?
That's why
You wanna
his
see what it
eyebrows
felt
are so
like.
thick.
It was at a shop in my hometown of Traverse City,
Landon,
Michigan
you
called the
crack
Cherry
me up.
Stop. They just had a fucking big old like cherry bucket. You know the metal cherry buckets they use for farming cherries?
Yeah, the cherry pickers are fucking cool. Oh, you talk? Wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking about the cherry pickers.
No,
not the
I'm
cherry
talking
buckets.
about. I used to
Yeah,
work on a cherry farm.
apologize.
I used to work on a cherry farm when I was 16 years old. I was pulling tarp.
Damn.
And the fucking the goddamn what's it called? What was I just saying?
You were saying about you got a cherry.
Pit, oh yes, the cherry pit stuck in my ear.
Sorry
no,
about
okay,
that.
but like okay, so the pits and the vats of the shit, the buckets, they had one of those inside the store, and I fucking kids could climb into it. It was full of cherry pits, and you get your picture taken, all that shit. And I dumped my head underneath of it, and a cherry pit got in my ear, and it fucking stayed there. And I had to go to the doctor, and they had to fucking get it out.
That sounds really shitty. That would drive me absolutely insane.
I was so scared because I make music, and it was like if I lose my left ear for hearing in my left ear because I got some dumbass shit in it, I'm gonna be sad.
Yeah, right. That's one of the things about losing one of your senses. It better be for like a reason that's like that you can live with.
Like,
you know?
I just happen
Although you
to
can't
have
really
been
control it.
born deaf, man.
That's what I'm saying. You can't control it. You know.
You know what cracks me up about yesterday? I have these designer masks. And
I keep
at
forgetting
first,
the Super Bowl was yesterday.
And
Yep.
at first, I'm trying to sell the motherfuckers for $15, 2 for $25, and they absolutely refuse. Man, get out of my face! Blah 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 blah. 2 hours later, after drinking, I don't care what they cost. Okay, it's all right with
Exactly.
me. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
That's
man.
some funny shit.
I gotta say, man, like there were a lot of out of towners from places that like I don't even know where a Kansas City Chiefs fan like lives. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not from Kansas. Those people did not come from Kansas.
Yeah.
Except for the really diehard fans.
Yeah.
Like 99% of the people that came into probably at least 90% of the people were like I heard from Georgia, North Carolina,
Right.
fucking New York,
Well, see,
like
so this is-
everywhere.
This is what happens. NFL is like a club.
Yeah.
Or like Star Trek we talked about last week. And all of those people it's like, you know, once you're in it, and you know, even if some of those people are like college and they get almost there and they follow the NFL because they're in the I don't know, they're in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people come from. In addition to the fans, you have, you know, you saw a lot of guys that are bigger than normal guys, you know, because they're in the club. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You know, that's why, you know, it's not like the average person. They're in it. They want to do whatever. I don't know if you saw that big white car with the blue on it.
Yeah.
And the guy riding by.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's somebody in the club, and that's why they come, or that's why they're
Type
there.
shit.
It's like
It's a place to be seen.
Yeah, well, it's also like, say if Trump went somewhere, his whole gathering, everybody's profiting off of whatever. I saw so many wads of $100 bills, it was fucking retarded. You?
Yeah, but in all fairness, were they actually spending any of that, or were they pulling out big? They were spending some of it, of course. But my thing is, when you see big hundreds and shit like that,
Yeah,
big wads,
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
how much money they have.
Yeah.
Either they're dope boys. They're dope boys, and they got it
money.
like that.
They were spending money, and I talked a lot of shit too. You know,
I just have such a problem because I see people pull out wads of hundreds all the
And
time, and
they
they won't tip
spend
a
shit.
dollar, or they'll be
Yeah.
so cheap about a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah.
It's like it's $12 for like a cognac, and they're like, "What?" And it's like it's 15 everywhere else. Like, what are you coming at me for, man?
Get the fuck out of here!
You paid $12 for a cognac, man. If you're pulling out 10 grand in a fucking stack,
Yeah.
like I don't want to hear shit about
Yeah,
prices.
don't
Like
even
you're not,
say
you know,
And
not even a
stop
wallet.
bitching too.
Talking about
That's
me,
why I used to say.
No, like the
that's
person
why I used to
pulling
say,
out
bitch,
the
$2 to come to
fucking
the
bands and
VIP.
shit.
they always do.
They're like stop bitching. You got bands. Fuck
They don't
'em.
seem very happy.
That's
I gotta
because
say,
they
most
have
of the
a lot
people.
of money,
It
and
doesn't.
that's
you know,
all they
I'm
ever
gonna
live
tell
for.
the truth, man. This is like, man, I get so much. I gotta haggle with. I can't stand it, bitch. Just pay the price, man. I tell people all the time, man. Fuck it, just go away. I don't even want to talk to you. Like I hate it, especially when somebody says, "Oh, I'll give you $2 for 10 flowers." No, you won't. You'll give me fucking what you're gonna give me. You know, you're gonna give me the price or whatever. And I would do the deal if they came out.
They
and said,
approached it right.
Yeah, if they came, but don't. This is my product. You know, like some dude came over there and he's talking shit. I'm like, all right, I don't need. Look, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't give a damn what you got. I'm not selling you nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if
I'd
I
rather
did-
just as soon as not deal with you.
And I envy you can't do that.
No, I was actually. It reminds me of this one regular that I won't name, but she comes in and she's absolutely the rudest person that I've ever met. She's the most awful person. Everyone I've talked to about her literally is like says the same thing that she is. And someone's come up to me independently and be like, "She's the worst person I've ever met.
Yeah.
She's just unkind. She's mean.
And she
She's
thinks she's fucking the
snarky."
shit.
And I don't even know about that. And she's just a drunk asshole. I mean,
Yeah.
she comes in and then she's like, "I'm going to give you $20, even though I just made her 5 drinks that cost like $8.50 a piece." I'm like, "No, that's not how this works." You know? And then like tried to work with her a little bit. And then she slow pulled out the cash, doesn't even have the cash. So her friend pulls it out, doesn't have it. And I'm sitting there for 5 minutes dealing with her being just incredibly rude.
Yeah.
And then her friend gives me a card. Like this guy, or at least I don't know who he was, but gives me the eyes. He's like, "Okay, like this is ridiculous." So he gives me the card. I run the card. I give it back to him. I come back to collect the check, and the merchant copy's gone, and I'm 99% sure that she took it specifically so I didn't get tipped, that she was like, fuck that. That might not be true, but either way, she's still the worst person I've ever met. So I get where you're coming from. You have people that you deal with in your job that only happens so rarely.
Man. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I don't know. At least in the service industry, and you are at least in the entertainment / service industry. You know what I mean? It's very difficult, and people don't really realize just how many crazy interactions you have to have with people on a daily basis. That if you're working an office job, it just isn't like that. You got HR, there's everything. There's an etiquette, whereas there is no etiquette, especially in Ybor. I mean, it's wild out here.
You want to know?
I love that though. Honestly, that's the things I hate about it are things I love about it.
Same shit, And what I like, what I think is cool is sometimes I hear people walking by and they're talking about something.
Yeah.
And then they stop and they may talk about it, and I'm doing something totally else, and then I see them again. And then I bring up the topic that they were talking about earlier, and they want to know how the fuck did I know what they're talking about? Whoa, where did that come from? I use that as a selling tool as well, because they want to know. And then I give advice. God, I can't tell you all the shit I do to get money. I go to the store for people too.
I know you've always told me that.
Buying people's groceries.
Hey man, you're Instacart without the app. It's better.
Really? You want to hear a funny story about one time I did? It's this guy, man. He had bread, and he had 3 girls with him. He had money. He looked, how some people just look like they got it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he had 3 hot-ass girls, and it was raining like a motherfucker, and he wanted to go somewhere. And I had those same little ponchos that I have, but it's like, damn. He's like, look, dude, you wouldn't even put a poncho on a James Bond looking like chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your dad laughed his ass off. I ran and they got one of the big ass umbrellas, and fucking walked his ass and him and the girls down the street while they were all hugging on me and him and shit. That was so fucking hot. That dude gave me $60.
That's awesome. I mean, that was definitely clutch. But it's funny with the ponchos because those actually probably would have been better.
Why?
Because, I mean, like, unless the poncho gets a hole in it, I mean, it's totally waterproof. Man, whereas you got just little thing covering you, and it's coming at you with the wind and from the sides like a poncho. Your legs get wet, but that's it. Your legs and your hands.
It wasn't raining that bad, and them girls were too fucking hot to put ponchos on.
I get where you're coming from. Like, I will never be seen in a poncho.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say that because I've worn a garbage bag before.
Dude, that's a good fucking poncho right there. I've done it too.
A garbage bag?
Yeah, a heavy-duty garbage bag.
Were so hot, you wouldn't put them in a garbage bag. And I was so creative.
This fucking guy.
I was so creative.
I put some hot chicks in a garbage bag, but I mean, there's some trash people out there.
There are some trash fucking people.
Doesn't matter how they look too. That's
what I'm saying. Trash of all kinds, man. Is what it is. Woof.
This is fucking asshole. Right here. All right, so let's get into a little bit of news, shall we? So about an hour ago, ESPN reported that Tampa Mayor Jane Castor is frustrated by maskless parties around Super Bowl. So what do we think about that, fellas?
I think that I got something serious to say about this. That's absolutely ridiculous. People are getting shot in Ybor almost every night this weekend. And instead of having an increased police presence and making themselves known, it's like, hey, guys, you can't act out like that. She's more worried about the masks. I think that's a little ridiculous,
well, the
honestly.
masks are a big deal, and the shootings are both a big deal. But
unmask that man, Batman.
Yes,
Jeff
unmask everybody.
Unmask.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
What were you saying, Adam?
Oh, my God. Lost my train of thought.
You were saying Jane Castor.
And
you were saying the mass and the shooting are a big problem.
The mass and shootings are, I feel like, equally a big-ass deal. Because they're both life-threatening issues going on right now. And there's people coming from all over the country. There's places in the country that it's fucking worse. There are places in the country that's better. There are people coming from all over the world.
That is true. I have to agree, but I think that's for every disease too. I mean, just in general, whenever people get together from all places, like conventions, for instance, like one convention, the Second Amendment SHOT Show, it's in Vegas. Every year, people get what they call the SHOT Show flu because it's people flying in from all the country and just getting each other sick.
Right.
They didn't have it this year because of coronavirus, but it's like the same situation. Anytime you get people coming from like different areas, you have that way increased risk. So I get where people are coming from with a mask, but I mean, it's kind of been proven that the masks don't really work against contracting coronavirus.
I
mean,
don't pay
the
attention to this very much, so I can't call you on that.
Just the CDC even said they were like 85% of people, like, we don't have to get into it.
No.
But either way, the CDC, they basically have backed that like masks don't really work because 85% of people who tested positive for COVID wore their mask all the time or most of the time. So it's like,
I feel like what it really comes down to also is are you washing your hands?
yes.
And are you being a cleanly person? Are you fucking actually staying away from people? Are you drinking off of your friend's fucking cup? Like, what are you really doing?
I agree. I think those things are a lot more fair and a lot more useful to prevent the spread of coronavirus than a fucking mask. And so people are like, where's your degree? I'm like, it's not a degree. It's common sense. I mean, like, people get coronavirus mostly not from fucking respiratory droplets. They get it from, like, from surfaces. They pick it up, you know?
Well, we live in Tampa. We live where all of this is happening, folks.
Yeah.
So we're in the belly of the fucking beast here. Like, we're like everybody all across the nation saying Florida's gonna kill us. Well,
meanwhile, New York and California, yeah. I mean, we're crazy, but meanwhile, New York and California with their crazy lockdowns still have explosive rates of COVID. It's absolutely insane.
And they still are locked down and they're not going anywhere.
And they don't have jobs and they're like just chilling. They're like prisoners in their homes. And
yep.
It sucks because there's a lot of people that live in that state that think it's bullshit, but they still can't open their business, and that's fucking terrible.
Here's something that needs to be
bootleg versions of the vaccine.
He does actually.
For like,
I've seen
what, like bootleg?
No, I got COVID-19 bootleg vaccines, and it ain't Bleach.
Well, now I kind of think it's Bleach.
No, it's not Bleach.
I think it's Bleach.
I never use
definitely Bleach.
See, because
is it LSD?
No, from when I was working in the restaurants, if anywhere is bleach around me, have white spots or somewhere.
You take a shot.
I don't fuck with bleach.
You don't fuck what?
I don't fuck with bleach because if bleach was anywhere in this room, some kind of way would ruin my nice Sanman shirt and these pants and everything.
If you okay, if it's pure bleach, but if you're washing things with bleach, you usually make a solution out of water. Like you put like a little bit of bleach and fill the shit up.
I'm saying, so I'm not allowed. I worked with a lady for 15 years.
I wash my asshole with bleach.
Damn, that's a good way. I'll try that next time.
Okay, I got nothing.
No, what were you saying? You had a lady?
I don't even know what happened.
You're saying you had a...
No, I worked for this lady, and I worked for this lady that run the blue ship, and for 15 years, after like 5 years of working for me, because she says you always dress so down, so she would buy these nice uniforms for me, and then 5 minutes later, after working with bleach, I'd fuck up the uniform. So she said, you're not allowed to have bleach anywhere near you. So I don't fuck with bleach.
That's fucking lovely.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't use bleach. I really don't use bleach except for cleaning. I don't use it for clothes.
My mother uses bleach for fucking washing dishes.
Damn, I bet that shit works though.
It does.
There you go. Like bleach
she
is harsh,
soaks
but it
the
works.
dishes in bleach before she does them.
Oh, okay.
I had a homeboy of mine that shaved his head bald, and we put our heads together. We made an ass, and then I had a friend of mine that he shaved his head bald, and we put our heads together and made an ass. And I posted on Facebook that I sat in some bleach, and look what happened to my hip. And so many people believe that. That's fucking stupid, ain't it?
Yeah, no, that's wild. Like,
they're like, for real?
People are dumb, man.
They are. I can't believe that.
Like, never doubt the stupidity of the average person. Like, think about this. This is a scary thing. I want everyone to think about this. Think of the most person of average intelligence you know in America, right? Like super average, right?
Okay.
50% of people are dumber than that.
That's
like terrifying. You know what I mean. When think about everyone you met in Florida and like just everywhere around, like the smartest people, smartest Americans, and the dumbest Americans. Think of the average. Half of the nation at least is dumber than that.
No,
and that's scary.
I know someone that worked in a call center, and she said people would call and complain that they never shopped at Over the Limit. They don't know what Over the Limit is. They never shopped there. Or what's the other one? Late fee. I never shopped at any place called late fee. I want that taken off.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Man, people don't know.
Someone told me that. I mean, this is someone that I know very reliable. She said people would call in and they want the charge removed because they never shopped at late fee or Over the Limit. I never shopped there. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, people are like spending money on credit cards, but they don't know how they work. Like, you gotta be responsible. You know, that's
you gotta be responsible.
It's sad, the credit card debt and shit. But I hate to say it, a lot of it's just like sometimes you lose your shit. You have to pay off certain things, and like situations happen where you're just trying to keep your business afloat. But sometimes if you're just buying a bunch of stupid shit, you know, it is what it is.
Well, back in the day, if you were smart and you had like 5 credit cards, you could appear to look like something that you weren't, but you're paying Peter, you know, it's all floating money here,
No, you're right about that.
But
Because
you can't do that anymore.
if I see 5 credit cards, I see someone's overextended. Straight up, I'm like, someone has run out their credit line, so they had to open up a new source. Like, someone's broke as hell.
God,
all those cards are maxed out. Like,
I
saw some guy flexing on IG at 14 credit cards, and I'm like, that's not a flex, bro. Like, like, you can't get it done with 1 or 2. You have to borrow shit all the time. Like, damn, bro. Not a flex.
I use 1 credit card. I use Square, and then if I need money, I take it and add it to Square. That's it.
I don't know too much about Square, but I know that you. You've been using it for years now. You've probably been using Square the entire time I've been bartending, or at least almost close. You've probably been using Square at least 5 years, right?
I've had credit card for about. I'm trying to think. Credit card. I've been taking credit cards for about 15 years for flowers.
Credit cards for 15 years since 2005. Someone who just hustles on the street taking credit cards, no stand because they're mobile, to sell flowers. That's genius. This man is ahead of his time. You know what you need to do, Sanman? You need to write a curriculum, make a book.
That's already done.
Where is this book and why are you not selling it?
It's a matter of money. But I swear, everything, including this podcast, that I wanted to do is coming to fruition. It's just amazing. It's amazing, even with the same.
It really feels good.
I'm telling you.
It feels like the right direction.
It is. It fucking feels like this is it. I don't even know what the hell a podcast is. And y'all sometimes are picking fun at the old guy, but that's okay.
We're not picking fun at the old guy. We're not trying to, at least. But no, you're going to be excited. You'll see what it comes out to be. And I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to listen to this too after we're done here.
How long we been running so far?
51 minutes.
Pretty good.
I have a meeting that I'm supposed to go to. Some people that come to Ybor, and they feed me. I don't get it. And I'm hungry.
They feed you like the
peanut butter?
Yeah, they do. It's really funny.
Is it ever peanut butter? Do they feed you peanut butter?
Buy me food at gas bar, wherever they want. They buy me whatever I want.
Yo, I'll meet them with you. They can buy me some food too.
If the people listening knew anything about Ybor City, I think they would be in shock. I had somebody come down here and his you know what culture shock is?
Yes.
Yeah, he had that. There's a fucking big fucking deal about that. You know what I realized when I've been living here for a few years? This place is like no other place on the planet. It might there might be crazier places, you know, like New Orleans and fucking places like that.
Definitely unique.
This place is like no other place ever. Like this
I have to agree with you there. No, it's a place on Earth, and we have to appreciate it for what it is now.
I appreciate this place. My son was born here. I have nothing but stories from here. You know,
everyone gets a story when they come to Ybor City.
When I first fucking moved here, I started hanging out with the homeless people.
There's some cool homeless people.
There were, but
there's some cool, there's some uncool, there's some crazy, there's all sorts.
I fucking have found myself in the most interesting positions in this fucking city. I've like just fucking partying and going around and not.
You know that the homeless have class structure. They got
I've been in their fucking little tent city in the woods.
Yeah, that's
I've been there. Like I've slept in a tent there. Like
they have a tent city.
They kind of do. They kind of switch their spot up every now and then. But there's a fucking community of homeless people in this town.
And they fight amongst each other. The classes that you have a low level.
Jesus, so there's a caste system installed within the homeless. I'm oblivious to this.
If my mother and father would have known what I was doing while I was doing it, they'd have been fucking on my ass.
Yeah, I bet.
My dad's gonna hear this podcast and fucking call me and fucking chew me out.
Some people get a check from the military or whatever,
For real?
and they just choose not to go anywhere, and they live in the woods. They get a P.O. box, they get their check every month, and they just live off the grid because of Vietnam or whatever. They live off the grid. Now that's what you call a high class.
Yeah, that's a choice at that point.
Yeah, but he's still a bum though.
Well, hold on. Like, this is my thing. Is he asking people for money and shit still?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, you're a bum. But like, my thing is going off the grid to live in the woods and just live out of your car. You know, you got a bed set up. But like, I saw some shit. This guy had a bed in his car.
Fucking military-minded motherfucker.
Yeah, like even the non-military ones. That's what they do.
They strap their boots on and they go out and they do whatever the fuck they can to get a little bit of money, man. I've been out there for a few weeks with them. I got a place to stay, mind you. I didn't ask anybody for money. Let me make that clear. I was never
fun, though.
I was never out there asking people for money.
It's
but
fun.
I was sitting and standing next to these people as it was going on. And then when I fucking went into the tent, I fell asleep in the tent. I fucking woke up in the tent. We woke up and we went. I realized they have like, this shit is regimented, and they fucking you go to the corner this, or they fucking have names for the different corners.
That's why they fucking have it. That's why they shave that shit.
That's wild, man.
Over at Adamo, there is like a system.
Yeah.
Of who like that shifts. They like run the corners.
Have
and
you ever
shift.
been into the condominiums?
No. What the fuck?
They got
what?
Like you walk into a stack of the trees and you walk. There's one main trail, and then over here there's one little space. Over there there's a space. You go down, there's a space there. Then you got the main little space, and there's all little spaces over there. It's like a real friggin' condominium on Bush Boulevard, and where they had those big old overramps downtown.
Yeah.
They cut those down because those people were living in there, and they had all four corners locked down, and they had shifts. They go in there, and you walk back in there, and they're having a party in that bitch, drinking beer, and they had like a party. They got fire going on there, and nobody even knew what was going on. You know, but the reason they question is they got on just Bush and the interstate is an example. They had somebody on all four corners. They're taking shifts going there, and they're just buying beer and just drinking, and having a good time, living a life in there. And they cut that down. They were all over the city. There was one on 50th and Adamo. They had one right. Yeah, they had one right there. You know, it's crazy.
That is wild. That's close too.
And then you think about
wild.
They got these lower class, middle class. But it just really freaks me out. I had an idea that I thought the YborKnuckleHeads should do. What they do is tell all the homeless people, look, you get paid at the end of the night. You stay over here by 8th Avenue, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning when they break it up, you come, you clean up everything, and we give you so much money, beer, whatever you want, and then you go back to your little place.
That's a very Danish way to look at it, and I like it.
I stopped hanging out with the
Danish. Like that's something that people from Denmark would do, you know, because I think they have some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a very like. But that makes sense though, because it's giving them a little job.
I stopped hanging out with the homeless people when I realized how much fucking meth and crack they did.
I didn't know that.
And that's uncomfortable at a certain point.
Yeah,
it is uncomfortable at a certain point, you know?
They had that one little girl.
I didn't really. I was the dude like on LSD back in the day.
No, you're just trying to trippy shit and discover shit. You know, they were kind of like just trying to get.
They were trying to fucking ruin their own lives, man. I realized, like, after a while, you realize why somebody's homeless. After a certain amount of time, there's a person I've seen. There's multiple people out there that I've lived here since 2016, and they've been there since then and probably before.
There's a word for that in sociology. It's actually two words. One is called retreatism, and the other one is called something else I forgot. But they have retreated from society, and the other one is what I told you. The guy with had the check coming there.
That sounds more to me like retreatism, like escaping from society.
Some of them look at it like they're off the grid. You know that? Some of them look at it like they're off the grid.
Yeah, I'm sure, because it's a way to like tell yourself that everything's still okay when it's absolutely not. You're saying it's a choice, like it's cool, it's like deluding yourself.
No, you're sleeping on a mattress under the highway.
Yeah.
But what if you actually are okay with that?
If you are okay with it,
what
then
if you
do it.
actually are?
Like, I mean, do what you
I feel like I've met and I've known a few people that are perfectly okay with sleeping on a mattress underneath the highway.
I met people like that too.
You know?
Yeah.
That's sad though, I gotta say. I mean, like, a mattress out in the woods for some reason seems a lot less sad than a mattress out in the highway.
Well, I've willingly slept in the woods.
That's what I'm saying,
You know
though.
what I
Like,
mean?
the wood, like, you're escaping to nature and stuff. It seems a little different.
It is different.
It's you're camping.
Also,
like
I'm from
camping.
Michigan, where homeless people freeze to death in the winter.
See, we have nothing down here like that.
So down here, you know what blows my mind down here?
true.
Check it out real quick. You guys don't fucking help the homeless people at all down here.
No.
That's
we
not
have
true.
places.
They make laws that say
No.
you can't even do it.
Listen. There's no places you can sleep inside for free.
Yeah, there's Salvation Army and shit.
You gotta be
Salvation
clean.
Army.
You gotta be clean.
What?
So they
Don't
make
you
you
gotta be
take a
clean?
bath when you
I
get
don't
in
know.
that bitch.
No. But there are people that won't fuck. There are okay. What the churches don't open their doors at night.
That's true.
There's a whole bunch of places. I've been homeless.
I've never seen
you
that
got
down
the
here.
Friggin',
You got Florida man
what's
doesn't
that place
doesn't do shit for the
called?
homeless.
Well, let's hear what Sam has to say about
I'm
it.
dead.
you got the Good Samaritan. You got the Salvation Army. You got the Metropolitan Ministries, and they're located all over.
They're all right in
They're
Tampa
all.
Heights, too.
I know where all that shit is over on Florida Avenue.
On
No, they got
Tampa
them-
Heights.
they
Well,
got
those are the
them in-
main ones. They have.
Well, that's what I
They
mean.
got them
I
all
know
over.
where
They
that
got
shit
them
is.
everywhere.
I used to live over there.
They got them on Sly, everywhere. I used to be a counselor
Okay,
a long time ago when I was in the system.
but what I'm just saying, for the lowest of the low of the people that don't need,
Yeah, they don't. They don't like.
Yeah,
some people.
right.
Like it's
up
ridiculous.
north, they'll open the church doors for them so they don't freeze to death.
If you
Yeah,
want help, you
not
can
Florida.
get it. But no,
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, you see, there's a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Definitely.
a cap on the fucking how much help you can really get.
I mean, yes and no, but also we don't have that problem of like having to like let the homeless in for the only thing that we ever have problems with is hurricanes, and the homeless people do get let into like shelters, like other shelters, like
Well,
open
I would
up,
hope fucking so.
like for the last one, like for hurricanes, because that's the problem that we have down
I was here for
obviously.
Hurricane Irma.
I was here for Irma, and I was pissed off because
was
everyone
fun.
told me it was
I had
going to
fun.
be. No, this was my thing. For Hurricane Irma, everyone told me it was going to be a Cat 4, but I knew in my heart it was going to be a Cat 1 the whole time. I've lived in Florida. I'm very good at predicting these patterns. I'm like, no, it's going to be a Cat 1, it's going to be nothing. But my parents wanted me to go and sleep at the business, because they were like, it'll be safer down there because it's like a brick building, and if it gets really bad, we can go up to the office because it's like cinder blocks. Yeah, but it's older too. This is like this building's from like the 1900s. So that's when it was built.
Yeah.
But either way,
When was that built?
huh?
When was the fucking gas
Like
bars
the
built?
40s or 50s. So it's like 50 years
Okay.
younger. It's like 50 years younger.
Okay.
But either way, so they were like, oh, it's gonna be so bad. I'm like, I just want to stay here, but they're like, no. Although next time I'm just gonna stay where I want. And when we got there, the power turned off there, but it didn't turn off here when we came back because I turned my AC as low as it could go. So if it did go off, I'd still have a cold apartment for like the next 3 or 4 days. Either way, no, I was hoping.
Not
What?
me. Our power was off for like 6 days. Does anybody know where Nico's Diner used to be?
Yes,
That was the only fucking source of food we had.
that sucks, bro.
That was beautiful. No, it was awesome. What the fuck? I got to eat at Nico's.
It's good
every
food, but
day.
having one source is the shitty part. Having
Their
one
Cuban
source is bad.
sandwiches were the shit, and their burgers were the shit too.
Having one
They got
source is my
shut
problem.
Down.
That sucks, man.
Oh my god.
much
No,
longer
but
you
okay,
gonna
but
be
check it
free
out.
food?
That was the only time in my life I've really lived like a true Southerner and just like had all my doors open and just
Yeah, no.
was like just had to it's so fucking hot that you can't keep the doors closed. You know what I mean?
next Monday I'm bringing some dice and some margarita mix.
All right, I'm with it.
I want
It's gonna be a party time.
Man, we should fucking have whiskey going on
We do have whiskey.
when I do.
We have whiskey.
We do?
We have whiskey. We can get some whiskey going.
No, I have an appointment that
Oh yeah, I forgot you have an appointment to keep Sam.
No,
on.
I mean like in general, every now and then we should have a shot
I
of
agree.
whiskey when we do these things so we loosen up more.
So I'm bringing dice. You're gonna love this game. It's fucking incredible.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Wow, I'm bringing dice. You're gonna love this game. It's fucking incredible.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm
you
down
see-
with
I
drinking
know,
games.
listen, I thought.
By the
hold on,
way,
wait.
you see how comfortable you are that you forgot that we were doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point of this shit. This is
No,
what
you-
people want to hear.
You have to do something so I can.
What
go
do
to
I
this
gotta do?
meeting, come back and get you, right?
What do I got to do?
I don't know. You said you got to do something.
I don't got to do shit.
You said you were gonna do something while we're here. You said we're gonna do something like rewind it or do something.
Oh, we were going to listen to it.
Oh. How can I listen to it? I gotta stay. Can I come back?
You can. I don't know what the fuck.
When's your appointment, man?
It's like it was at 7:00.
It's 7:21.
I know.
Oh my
Well, you-
god!
Why is that funny?
Because you're
Yes.
20 minutes late already.
How long do you know these things are like an hour and a half long?
But it's unexpected. Hold on.
All right, it looks like we might be losing Sandman, so
We
it might be
might be.
it might be a good time
We
to log
might
off
be.
soon. We'll see.
We don't know.
He's checking. Oh man! But what I was saying anyway about Irma was, so I stayed the night down there, and it was just like a light rain. It wasn't even like a medium tropical storm, such bullshit. And the power went out. I got drunk as hell because I brought some fancy ass beers and got.
I went.
Man, I'm still in this meeting, and they're mad at me. You're live on the air.
You're on the podcast, sir.
You're on the podcast. I thought a fist away, huh?
How you doing?
Yeah, say what's up.
We're about to walk over to the pizza spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well.
We're here just feeding Destiny, some of the others, like always.
Okay. Give me like 15, 20 minutes.
He scheduled an appointment
peace
in the
and
middle
love.
of a podcast.
All right, bye-bye.
What he said?
You scheduled an appointment in the middle of a podcast.
There we go.
That's not what happened.
Speaking of the microphone.
That's not what happened. This is what happened. For some reason in my lifetime, free food tastes better than any other kind of food.
You're not.
Bro.
All right, free food
Not wrong.
is really, really good. So these people, for whatever reason, they like to buy me food. So
Okay. So you have to go get your free food?
yeah, exactly.
That's what's going on?
They called me.
That thing is so nifty.
Thank
What's
you.
in there?
This is an ashtray.
Oh, I got it.
Just look up. Hold on. I'm going to tell people because we don't have audio right now. It's called an Erhard, ERHARD ashtray. And if you push down on it, it's built with like a corkscrew in the stem so that the plate in which you dispense the ash spins
Uses
around really
centrifugal
quickly.
force
It does. And it spins
to
around.
expel the ash into the lower vestibule.
That is exactly
I want to thank you guys
what
too,
it does.
because
awesome.
they're gonna wait now.
They're gonna wait.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm in a meeting and you talk to them.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
so
nice.
let this continue.
So we can. I mean,
I want
Sanman,
Florida Man
I'll buy you
stories.
some food if it comes down to it. Don't worry.
I'll buy you some food.
Right?
Said that.
It is what it is.
We'll go to McDowell's.
McDowell's,
funny.
yes.
Yes,
I don't
McDowell's.
eat that shit.
From Coming to America.
It's
no,
all good. No, we're
I'm
talking.
trying to think, man.
He didn't get that Coming to America reference.
he didn't
I
either.
did.
Okay.
McDowell's. That's fucking hilarious. Has anybody ever seen Basketball?
Yes, of course.
Oh my
Matt
fucking
Stone.
God.
Basketball is made by the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. It's a
It's
terrible
fucking-
movie, but it's
No,
also
it's
a great
not.
movie. It's
Fuck
both.
you.
It's both.
Don't you ever fucking
Like
say that again in your life.
sausage
both.
Party,
It's not.
This is the thing. It's
It's
so
not
funny.
terrible.
It's
like
funny.
Sausage Party.
I didn't see Sausage Party, but I think no, different. Like this is Basketball.
This is way better than Sausage Party.
I've watched
could have ever
Basic-
dreamed
Hold on,
it was.
coming from-
Sausage Party
Even
was
they
good.
don't like Basketball. They've like
I
they've
thought
even
it
they
was
put it in like
They don't like Basketball because they made out in it.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't like Basketball because they were kissing.
Who was kissing?
Matt Stone and Trey
Matt
Parker.
Stone.
The
they will
creators of
do
South
anything
Park.
for the sake of comedy. I won't.
You gotta admire that.
I'm not doing that.
I
do a
admire it.
lot.
I don't say I would do it, but I admire
Want some
it.
Kisses, y'all better kiss my. Y'all motherfuckers want some kisses.
It
What's
better be
up?
fucking funny.
And then
Jeez,
out
even then
my
it's like
ass,
that's going pretty far.
Nah, I ain't with that bullshit.
But yeah, Basketball was fucking fantastic, but also terrible. It's both, and it can be
This
both.
is the greatest thing I ever read in my life.
Basketball.
This is the greatest fucking thing that I think I've ever read in my life. Streaker at Super Bowl in Tampa identified as 31-year-old Florida man.
Yeah, of course.
Florida man at it again, folks.
I know,
Florida
but he
man
looked so
ruined-
happy in his mugshot.
Apparently, it was two people.
Oh, I'm talking about the guy who had like a woman's like.
No, yeah, like he was.
Hang on, I don't know.
Yeah. Him. He fucking definitely looked like happy in his mugshot for real. He's about to do the fucking wine thing again. Oh no, he's
No, I'm not going to slap the bag. I'm
Okay.
just trying to keep the mic in my mouth.
I was
while
about to
also
say,
getting
like,
this.
don't.
Thank you for the assist, Sandman.
Yeah, man.
What were you gonna keep in your mouth?
What?
What?
said-
The mic to my mouth. Yo, let's
Oh,
go.
I thought you said the mic in
Thank
your
you.
mouth.
Nah, that wouldn't sound very good. Or feel very good. I
No,
don't
it
think.
wouldn't.
Either way. Any final thoughts, folks? What you guys thinking?
I think that it's pretty cool. Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. I think it's pretty cool that the three of us got to experience something like this in our lifetimes. Something that we can say 30 years, 20 years from now that we were participating in this thing, and it was pretty cool. Made a lot of money, made a lot of contacts, and I learned a lot. I'm happy to have experienced that.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping to make some money, but it's not about that either. It's just about having some fun.
I'd like to thank the people for the preservation of Spanish rice.
Spanish rice?
Yes.
Spanish rice? Wait, what are you talking about?
I'd like to thank the people for the preservation of it.
Okay, fair enough. Well stated.
All right. Yeah.
Peace,
folks,
love,
we
and
are the-
soul. Oh yeah,
We are the Knuckleheads, the
We are
Ybor
absolutely
Knuckleheads.
We
the
forgot to say
knuckleheads
that.
of Ybor City.
knuckleheads,
Knuckleheads.
knuckleheads.
All right, so coming soon to you.
Goodbye.